Hey guys, welcome to my channel. Thanks for stopping by. Today I have a tutorial video for you guys. By request, one of you lovely subscribers asked me to do a video on how I color dishes. So today is going to be a tutorial on how I color dishes, pots, glasses, bowls, plates, different things like that. And I will be using the Prismacolor colored pencils to do this one. And let's get started. So I have my color chart here for my Prismacolor pencils. And for my pots, I usually like to make them gray or like stainless steel. So I will start out with the gray. So I'll start out with the 70% cool gray, Prismacolor 1063. Let's see if I can find it. I think I'm going to start out with the 50% cool gray. I'm sorry. We're going to do the Prismacolor cool gray 50%. All right, let's give our pencil a little sharpened. One quick tip on your Prismacolor pencils. I hear a lot of people talking about how their Prismacolor pencils are horrible quality, how they break so much, how they can't use them because they're getting short, because they're breaking, and it's just a horrible experience. Well, guys, I'm going to tell you a tip about Prismacolor pencils. When you get these pencils in the package, they are already sharpened to look like this. All of them come with only a little short portion of the lead, and the wood is exposed. Apparently, this is how Prismacolor pencils are supposed to be used. They're not to be used with a very long, sharp lead, like maybe one of your Derwent pencils or your Faber-Castell pencils or another hard leaded pencil. The Prismacolor pencils are so soft, they only need a small amount of lead exposed. I know a lot of colorists will tell you, you got to have a sharp point on your Prismas to do something or another, but they're probably very light colorists for one thing, but your Prismacolor pencils are not going to last long if you keep sharp leads on them, like super long, sharp, exposed leads. So that's my tip for today. Try to get a pencil sharpener that will sharpen your Prismacolor pencil with short lead exposure so that you can maintain it so that you can keep it a long time. So that may not be convenient for some of you guys, but it keeps your pencils preserved and where you can keep your set longer. So I'll be using the Staedtler metal 2-hole pencil sharpener today, and I use the large hole for my Prismacolor pencils because it gives me that short point. See what I got here? I have a short point with a very sharp point with a short point of the lead exposed. So let's get started. I'm going to get you a little bit closer. And we'll get started on this pot here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with the body with kind of medium to heavy pressure, just going in circles, coloring in circles on each side of this pot, all the way to the edge. Then I'll go in short strokes on the bottom and on the top, under the lid. So after I do that, I'm going to start with my second, I wouldn't really call it a layer, but I will go in a second time with a little bit less pressure, kind of circular motions all the way around. You can see it's lighter. Then I'll probably go another go around even lighter with pressure. I'll set that pencil aside, and then I will get my, let's see, 30% cool gray, PC 1061. I want that one sharpened a little bit, not much. It doesn't need to be sharp. So then I will go over the area that I just colored to blend all of that in with medium pressure I'm using. Now I want to go closer to the white part with lighter pressure with this 30% cool gray. Okay. Now I'm going to take my white pencil and I'm just going to blend all of that in, just in the inside right there. Now I'm going to take my 70% cool gray and just kind of go around the perimeter just a little bit. I probably could have used the 50% one, but we'll just use this 70% one, just very lightly. And then we're going to blend that together with our 50%. Right around the edges. There we have our pot. Now let's do our top. Now the secret to doing the top, you don't want to put any color really on the bottom because you want to show kind of a differentiation between the top and the bottom. So what I like to do, I'll go ahead and just color this top here. Well, the knob of the top. I'll just go around it with the 50% cool gray and take this 30% cool gray and just go in the middle right there. Now I'm going to take this 50% cool gray, kind of outline the top. And then I'm going to go in on each side with a medium pressure. Then I'm going to have my pressure to get lighter. Once I go closer to the middle, take your 30%, blend it in. Now take your white pencil and blend all of that together. And there you have your pot, guys. Okay, now you can either leave it like that, which I really like, or you can crisp up the black lines with your black Prismacolor pencil. Now someone mentioned to me that their black Prismacolor pencil muddied up their coloring page or the object that they were coloring. The key is you have to use a sharp black pencil every time. It has to be sharp enough. It cannot be dull or else it will muddy things up. So with it being sharp, just trace your stuff, do an outline. And kind of be soft with your touch. You don't have to be heavy-handed on this section of coloring. Okay, now with that, you can add you a couple of highlights to your pot if you'd like to. So I'll take my white jelly roll pen, and this jelly roll pen, I tell you, it does not love me and my Prismacolors. So, okay, so I'm going to take another pen. Let's try the Sakura Uniball Signo. There we go. So we have a little a little highlight there on our pot. So there you have it, guys. There's the pot. Next, we're going to do a stack of dishes. So let's decide on what color we want our dishes to be. Let's see, something kind of dark, but not too dark. I think we'll make our dishes, let's make them beige sienna. I'm sorry you couldn't see that. I didn't have you in the camera. Yes, we'll do beige sienna. We'll have like some sort of tan colored dishes. Okay. So where is our beige sienna? When you want something, you can never, ever, 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 ever find it. It's always hiding. There it is. It's hiding from me, guys. We're going to sharpen you up, beige sienna. And you're going to pretty much do the same technique. Let's start on this bottom one here. You're going to do the outline. Not the outline. You're going to do the edges, I'm sorry. Do the edges of the dishes with a tiny bit of a heavy-handed pressure. And then once you go in towards the middle, you lighten up on your pressure. And don't do the highlight in the same area all the way up, so that it can kind of vary, so that you can know they're different plates. I think we're going to go like that way with our highlight. So we're going to bring that piece on over some. Yeah, that's perfect. So we have our beige sienna, and our next color for highlight would be, let's see, we'll do peach beige. And we'll just go kind of over what we've already done. Now let's take our white, make sure it's clean, and go over pretty much the whole thing. And that is it. That is your dishes. So easy. Let's crisp up the lines a little bit. All right. There you have it. There are your dishes. Next, let's do the bowls. Let's do them in the same color. Our beige sienna. Do the outsides, outer edges with a little bit of heavy pressure. Next area, a little bit lighter pressure. Then take your peach beige, go over that area you just did, and go closer into where that white is with lighter pressure. Then go over it with your white pencil in that middle area. And that's it. Let's do that again. Beige sienna on the outside, and then kind of do a line on top of the bowl. Do the outer edges. Softer touch, going closer to the inside. Let's get our peach beige. and our white. Let's get this peach beige. Well, no, not this is beige sienna. Make that a little darker. Let's do the same for the top bowl. Get your peach beige, lighter color, and do your highlight with your white. And that is it. Bowls are done. And if you like to add a little highlight to the bowls, you can. Right there. And that's it. All right, next, let's do some wine glasses. All right, so we're gonna do an empty glass and a glass with wine in it. And we'll try 2 different colors maybe on those. So let me put my pencils back up. And we're gonna do the first glass in sort of a maybe bluish color. So let's see, which blue do I want to use? Let's do a really light blue. Let's use blue slate for our darkest color and powder blue for the lighter color. So blue slate and powder blue. If I can find you, blue slate. There you are. All right, let's do a little sharpening. Okay, so let's do our empty glass first. We'll do the same technique. Go around. Now you can pretty much do this with any color you'd like. You can make your glass more grayish. You can make it like a grayish blue if you'd like. You can make it a lighter blue than I have done. Let's get our powder blue and kind of go around. And let's take our white, make sure it's clean, and then just go over the entire glass. And down here at the bottom. And that's it, guys. You can add a white accent, or you can actually add glossy accents. But you know what? Let's give this a little bit more dimension. Let's get a little bit darker blue. Let's see. Let's see, which blue do I want? I'll just take this Caribbean blue and go around the outer edges just a tiny bit. Just a tiny bit. I wanted it to have a little bit more dimension. Now let me get my powder blue. I was about to say cloud blue. And just go over that again. Yeah, I wanted my glass to have a little bit more of a pop. That's it. That's it. That's what we wanted. So there's your first wine glass. And if you add some glossy accents to that glass, oh my goodness, that would be so beautiful. It would make it just really, really, really shine and just really, really pop. So our next glass, we're going to make that a little bit gray. and it's going to have some wine in it. So let's take our 30% warm, no, not warm gray, cool gray. Sharpen it up a tiny bit. And we're just going to do like we always do, the outer edge a little bit. Do our stem, go around and leave a little white at the bottom. Now let's take a more bluish color. We're going to do slate gray. And we're going to go a little bit further into where that white is. Kind of go over this area down here. A little bit messily, because guys, you cannot mess up your coloring. This is your coloring page, no one else's. Now let's get our white and go over that whole thing. Let's get a little bit more of this slate gray around the edges of this glass. And then let's go over that a little bit with the white to blend it in a little bit. All right, so now we need to color the wine. We're gonna make that red wine, guys. Yes, we are. Let's take our Crimson Lake, and well, I guess I can get away with it not being sharpened. And that color of that wine is just right in there with everything else. I'm actually going to take my red, my white, and just blend that together. Now you can take your glossy accent and make that glossy. You can also add you a little bit of a white accent. And there you have that wine glass. Wasn't that easy, guys? All right. Let's do our next glass, our tall wine glass. And we're going to make that kind of a gold color, kind of a gold wine glass color. So we're going to take our beige PC997, sharpen it a little bit, and go on the outer sides, color the stem, leave a little bit of white. Our next color is going to be light peach. And then we'll get our white. And make sure your white is clean. I had some red on there, and that would not have been pretty if I would have put that red on here. So just go over this whole thing. With your white pencil. And let's see, I think we will take maybe our goldenrod, one of my favorite pencils, and give it a little bit of a shadow. Around the edges. And take our white again, blend that out. All right, so that one's done. So the next wine glass, I think we're going to have just some regular bubbly champagne. So we're going to take our bronze pencil and go ahead and color that in. If you want to see how I use my other metallic pencils, check out the tutorial above right here on my tutorial, how I use metallic pencils. And I just did like a medium pressure with this. Okay, this wine glass is going to be more of a bluish green. So let's take our Celadon green and sharpen it. That's good enough. And go on that outer layer just a little bit inside the glass. Then our next color will be our jade green. I'm gonna sharpen you a little bit, jade. Go in a little bit further. Now let's just take our white pencil, clean it off, and just go over all of that green we just did. All right. And let's see. I think I will take maybe my 50% gray and just go around the edges a little bit. All right, that's it for that glass. Super easy. Now let's do this cup here, or not a cup. We're going to do that as a glass. We're going to use a different color. Let's use, let's see, muted turquoise. We're just using all the different colors so you can have all kind of different choices. Go on the outside. Now get a little bit lighter handed as you go in. Let's see if we can do this with one color. So let's go over that outer area a little bit darker since we're just going to use this one color. See if we can get away with that. And then we're going to just use our white. No, we're not going to use the white. We're going to use the Colorless Blender. Colorless Prismacolor Blender. See what happens. Okay, now we have our Prismacolor Blender. And we're just going to go over everything here. Nice. Kind of like the way that looks. That looks pretty cool. I think we'll just leave that like that. Let's add a little bit of shine, a little dot with our Signo white gel pen. And that is that. Now let's do our last glass here. And we're going to have some soda, sparkly soda in that glass. What kind of sparkly soda? Let's see. I think we'll have like some Sprite or something. Now this is a Dollar Tree gel pen. Guys, they have impressed me so much. Oh, this is nice. This is like silver. This is not clear. Okay, so we can use silver gel pen for our sparkly soda. Cool. Or any colored gel pen for your sparkly soda. Oh my goodness, guys, that is so cute. That is so nice. I'm loving it. Now let's do our glass. Excuse me. What color should we use for this one? Let's do, let's do this light aqua color. Haven't used that one. Sharpen it a couple of turns. There we go. And we're going to do our one pencil method again. And go light all the way in, except we're going to use our white pencil this time. Then let's go back around the edges a little bit darker. Now let's use our white pencil that I have dropped. Guess I'll just use the replacement here and go over all of that, blending it together. Don't you just hate when you drop your Prismacolor pencils? I rarely drop my pencils, period, but especially my Prismacolor pencils. I hold on to those with dear life, because you drop those, you better get ready for some disastrously cracked cores. So here's my light aqua again. And I'm just kind of going over just a little, very lightly. All right, now let's get our gel pen. And I think we're gonna do like a little bit right there. All right, guys, what do you think? Here we have it. You know what? I think the rest of this stuff needs a little gel pen. What do you think? No? What about this wine, the champagne here? I think it needs something. Let's give it a little bit of a Dollar Tree gel pen action. Just a little. Oh my goodness! Look at that! Oh my goodness, guys. I'm in love. Okay, I'm going out today and try to find more of these gel pens. Oh my goodness, guys. So there you have it. That's how I color dishes. So thank you so much for tuning in today. And if you enjoyed this video, please give it a big old thumbs up. If you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing. And if you have subscribed, thank you so much. Make sure you hit that bell for notifications so that you won't miss a video from me, guys. And thank you so much for hanging out with me today. And as always, happy coloring. Bye.